Reignite your intuition, to show to grow your intuitive self. This is the episode where I talk about the journey is part of the destination. My name is Angela, and I'm your host of the show and a highly intuitive person by birth who never lost her connection. I am the expert in supporting you, regaining your intuition and living a fulfilled and much easier life with it. Trusting fully your intuition takes time and is a very individual process. I share with you my knowledge and strategies I have developed to support yourself on a daily basis in any situation. By signing up to my freebie, you can support yourself to connect with your intuition. Go to angelahack.com, choose podcast and English. I just had the privilege to be interviewed by Leanne in Brisbane, as I am supporting a project that's called 1,000 Ripple Effects. 1,000 Ripple Effects is a project where 1,000 authors write short stories for youngsters between 15 and 21 years old. These young fellows are on their journey to become adults. I'm usually someone who is saying, I'll never grow up. The moment I grow up is the day I die. Not because I don't want to grow up, it's just because it doesn't match. I'm not very good in being grown up. I'm super good in being me. Okay, not always, but most of the time. So why am I saying that I was interviewed for the 1,000 Ripple Effects? Because in this interview, I got asked the question, if you could go into a time machine, what would you change in your past towards the future? And that's also why I came up for the title for the podcast. Because my answer was spontaneously nothing. I would not change one single thing in my journey. Then she asked me, is there anything you would change towards yourself, that you would tell yourself to change? And then I said, yes. I would tell myself not to be so hard on me, to be more generous towards myself, less strict, and letting myself more live. But due to my journey I'm on, I learned all that. Some things might have taken a bit longer than I would have wished for. Some things I sometimes wished when I was in the situation I would have never been in it. As an example, I did support someone who was not healthy, and I did support that person till the point that I was actually sick. Unfortunately, that person was back up in life and handling everything, and as we were in a relationship, I thought things will switch, so I can now relax a bit and get a support. But due to the journey, the relationship part was gone. It was more a nurse-patient thing, or a mommy-child, or a father-child. From my side it was a mommy-child. And when I realized that's not gonna change, that's not coming back towards the relationship I wished for again, I had to make a decision. And at the end of the day, I knew there is two possibilities. I make a decision for me, which means I have to get a step out of the situation, or I make a decision against me. So I stay in there, and I've decided to stay in a unhealthy, unhappy way of life I would be stuck in. A second option was no option. I become a very good egoist in such moments. I honestly don't think about those things at the moment when it happens. I just know it has to be like that. So I stepped out of the situation, knowing it will make my life financially much, much more difficult, much, much more unhealthy, but I knew I had to. After the whole thing happened, I was very, very bitter and angry. But not against someone else. I was bitter and angry against me. And being bitter and angry against yourself is something so unhealthy that can make you even sick. Thanks goodness I did not get sick. I realized that's totally not a solution what I'm doing. And it's totally idiotic to do. But it took quite a while. It actually took so long that one day I looked at a picture of myself back in January or February that year. I looked at myself and I was absolutely shocked what I saw. For a second I was like, why the hell did my friends not tell me what I look like? I mean, I looked like about 50 or 60 years old. I was, sorry to say, a fat, not moving cow. I am not a slim person, okay? But I am moving. I don't mind to have a few kilos more to carry around. That's okay. But I felt and acted and looked like bah. And after that second being like, why nobody told me? I was like, oh my goodness. They couldn't tell me because I wouldn't have listened. It was part of my journey to go through all those things, to go through this anger against me, frustration against me, this shock to see what I looked like, to figure there is one person in my life that really can take care of myself, that really gets the way how you function, that really, really can support yourself. And that's just me. And that's just one story of my journey. That's just one story of the part of what let me grow, and it's just one story on my journey to get to the destination where I want to be at. And what destination am I searching for? What destination am I looking for? What's my destination? Part of me is definitely into this. I would want to love to see humans become more conscious in their daily life. That's one of my goals. Another goal is to make sure that holistic is something natural, that we all see things in a holistic way, that we connect with each other to support in a holistic way, that we think in a holistic way, that we live in a holistic way. And all those things together are part of my journey towards my destination. It might sound now a little bit harsh, weird, difficult. I'm not sure. I must admit, I'm not even sure if I should say that in a podcast, but my destination is pretty simple. My destination is not a rocking chair on a veranda. That's part of my journey. To have a house with a veranda with a rocking chair and look into the nature and be myself and have a good time, or a good time in a beer or a glass of wine or a glass of milk, whatever. That's a part of my journey. But my destination is the moment I close my eyes for good, to feel fulfilled, happy and without stress. I really have the impression that's my destination. But to get there, I have to fulfill a lot of different things on my journey. Because most people, until now that I know, especially in this area, when they pass, they have long fights to let go of old things. So, yes, my destination is to feel fulfilled, happy and satisfied, to let go the moment I close my eyes. And to realize that and to live that, I do everything to make sure that my journey is my journey, my true connection to myself, to make sure I'm coming to my destination. Are you ready for reignition? Yes? Then go to angelahack.com, podcast English, and sign up for the freebie with the link you find there. Thank you for listening to Reignite Your Intuition. If you don't want to miss my podcast anymore, make sure to sign up so you get regularly the information when a new one is coming out. If you're not yet sure, just come back, check some other ones out. Tell other friends about it and feel free to share with anybody about my podcast. Have an intuitive day.